A man who has served as a judge for more than 2 decades wants you to know that he has a mental illness. Yolo County Superior Court Judge Tim Fall wrote a book about dealing with anxiety and depression. His goal is to stop the types of judgments that keep people from getting help.
The Sutter Buttes would be visible if it weren't so hazy.
As Tim Fall showed us around Yolo County's new courthouse, he also did something very unusual for a Superior Court judge.
When it comes to public officials, you just don't hear of people who admit having some sort of mental health diagnosis.
To change that, Judge Fall is sharing his struggles with anxiety and depression, diagnosed in 2008.
I'd been dealing with it long before then. I just didn't know what to call it. I want people to know that you can have a diagnosis and still carry on your job in a way that is effective and appropriate.
He knew that sharing his story could be a risk.
I started talking about it before my last election cycle in 2020. And yes, I thought someone might see that as an opening to challenge me and say that I lacked the qualifications because I have an anxiety disorder. I talked about it anyway. It's too important an issue, and if somebody wanted to make that into a campaign issue, then they would, and I would just deal with it.
Judge Fall ended up running unopposed in 2020, but that wasn't the case in 2008, when a contested election triggered severe anxiety. And it turns out his fellow judges appreciate that he's not hiding that.
They're very supportive about it because some of them are telling me that they also have anxiety, but they haven't heard anybody talk about it.
He points out judges have some unique stresses.
Judges are subjected to what psychologists and psychiatrists sometimes refer to as secondary trauma or bystander trauma. That is, we hear other people's trauma related to us in detail. And since it's what we do all the time, it never resets to zero.
As he manages his own condition, he's able to recognize it in others, and it might even make him a better judge.
I also can do that if I see someone in my courtroom who I think is becoming overwhelmed by the proceedings, and I can say, I think it's time to take a break and let someone else regroup. It could be one of the attorneys, it could be a witness, it could be someone else in the courtroom, and we just call a break.
Judge Hall recently wrote a book about his experience. It's called Running for Judge, Campaigning on the Trail of Despair, Deliverance, and Overwhelming Success. For ethical reasons, he asked that we discuss it outside the courtroom since it's a separate project.
I thought it was important that the story take a permanent type of role, something written down, and it's meant to be a resource for people.
The book describes a support system of family, faith, doctors, and coworkers helping him through the darkest times. A judge working to end the judgments.
I'm hoping they'll receive encouragement that these disorders or other diagnoses are not going to disqualify anyone from being able to carry out their responsibilities. There is no automatic disqualifier because you end up with a mental health diagnosis.
And Judge Fall's book is available on Amazon and Kindle, and he narrates it himself for the audio version that's available on Audible. He's hoping this will help a lot of people.